All right, so let's jump in the last segment of this week.
Yours is rocket related. Let's go.
Yeah, mine is rocket related, and it sort of piggybacks on the last segment. Can we stop? This is a hot take. Can we stop launching Falcon 9s and just move to Falcon Heavys? Because yesterday was awesome. Like,
I agree. Like,
yeah.
Falcon Heavys are way cooler.
Yeah, they're way cooler.
And you don't have to expend the rooster if you want more payload. It's just, it's all reusable.
Yeah, it seems like it's a little bit more efficient. You get a lot more up in the air, but
in theory.
Yeah, true.
In theory.
But yeah, that's my hot take. Can we just get more Falcon Heavys, please? Any reason why we don't, aside from maybe, obviously smaller payloads probably are a waste to put on that thing?
You can blame SpaceX's reason for innovation.
Yeah,
that. They kind of killed Falcon Heavy themselves. So the whole reason why Falcon Heavy came out back when technically the first iteration of Falcon Heavy was 3 Falcon 1s. So if you don't know what the Falcon 1 is, that's SpaceX's first rocket.
Yep.
Had one rocket, hence one engine on the bottom.
Yep.
It's the name. Launched a couple times. Freaking bug on me. Wasn't sure what it was. It was really weird. And so there was only they launched a couple times, proved that they can actually get the orbit, and they went on the Falcon 9. And then the Falcon Heavy kind of got upgraded. Be like, oh yeah, and we want super heavy payloads.
We'll put 27.
We'll put 3 Falcon 9 cores, and Falcon 9 Heavy got more and more delayed because it's you.
Yeah, the engineering.
You would think just putting 3 of your boosters are easy.
No,
but apparently it is not.
Well, I mean, I'll say from experience, if you think, like, I have 2 kids. You think the first kid, you're like, oh, we got this.
I can throw 2 more kids on the
side.
Yeah,
I could get another one in here, and it's going to be, just a little bit more work. No, not the same.
Yeah, it's only like 200% the work? No, it's 300% the work. So, yeah, and as the Falcon 9 continued to progress, you had the 1.1, then you had the full thrust, then you had the Block 5.
Yep.
The ability of how much payload you can put on top of that increased. And pretty much to the point where the Falcon 9 can carry almost any payload you need. And there's only very few reasons why you would actually need a Falcon Heavy. And a lot of those reasons are for very large DoD stuff. So that's the reason why the DoD is kind of like the biggest customer now of the Falcon Heavy, because they have really big payloads.
All right, there we go.
I
want more.
I do agree. Yeah, Falcon Heavies are cooler than Falcon 9s.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
So,
on to yours.
not space related.
Not space related. This is just a rant.
This is just a rant.
So could this go on Twitter?
I don't know if I want to put it on Twitter. I did actually post. I did post the thing that came out of Twitter. Get off the freeways. I'm not saying because traffic. I'm saying because I was driving down here to Florida for this launch, and I decided as I was going through Kentucky, I'm like, you know what? I'm a big bourbon guy, so I'm gonna go stop by a distillery and see what they have. And I went by Maker's Mark, which has a really cool looking distillery. Did not take a tour. Did like a self-guided tour to the gift shop, and which is actually, it's on the opposite side of the distillery, so I had to start at the parking lot and walk all the way over there. And so I didn't go into any of the buildings, but I get to see the buildings on the outside. And because of that, like, I didn't take, like, I don't know what, it's 75, I think, like, all the way down, I guess, from Cincinnati. I kind of did, like, state highways to get back on the 75 because it's kind of out of the way. And like I was going through like super interesting cities. It's like I ended up taking a photo. I had to physically stop. I'm like, I had to take a photo of this building because it's super cool. So like we're going through like on a state highway, and eventually you just get to a city, and like the city has like a courthouse in the middle, and then like a roundabout around it, and you just drive through it. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. I get to the second city that has the same setup, and I'm like driving through. I'm like, this is kind of cool. Like I like all these small towns, like pretty sceneries, and I get out and I just see in the view of me like this courthouse with like hills behind it with like fall colors. I'm like, I need a photo of that. Took the Mavic 3 up, punched in on the zoom camera.
Nice.
Got like a real nice photo of that with like.
Did you take a picture with your R6?
No, because I don't have my R6 at the time. I have an R6 now. I left it. I had the R6 for the last time I was down in Florida, and now I have it back. Well, I can't wait.
Now you can take the same route back. And then
I did take it with my 5D. I have a 5D as my main camera.
Oh, there you go.
At the time, I did take it. It wasn't that cool on the ground, so that's why I take the Mavic 3 up and get a good photo of it. So like, get out the freeways, drive through some small towns.
Yeah,
They're really pretty.
I will second that. As
America is a beautiful. This is mostly for people in America, because I don't know how people out is in Europe and Canada, but like in America, like we're all driving these things called interstates, and like they're like 4 lanes wide, and they have great amounts of like amenities, like gas stations all along the way, and they're really efficient.
More chargers. We need more charging stations.
Yeah, they need more chargers though. They're really efficient. They get from like one part of the country to another part of the country, but like you see nothing.
Right.
It's all like everything's like blocked off by like trees and walls pretty much. And driving through the small towns, like you get to see a whole bunch of like little
cool
America.
Stuff. Yeah,
little cities in America.
Yeah, I'll second that as someone who's driven the country twice, the length from Florida to California, once there and once back. I am a big fan as well of driving
like U.S. highways. U.S. highways are great.
Yeah. Yep. I'm a big fan of driving small roads and getting out and checking out different scenery. My favorite thing is looking at old, sort of worn down areas.
Yeah.
That are sort of forgotten or lost, and just seeing sort of like aged. They're kind of aged out, but they look really cool and vintage, and that's sort of my deal.
Awesome.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So go do that.